Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Stylist Meets Vinyl. My name is Chris. Guys, this past week it was my birthday. I got some birthday vinyl to show you guys. I also have some other vinyl records that I've amassed over the last couple of weeks or last couple of months I should actually say, because some of these are dating back to like Christmas that I just haven't shown. I haven't done any vinyl finds videos, so I want to show you guys some of these. So I'll start with, I'll basically go chronologically until my birthday that was last week. So I'll end with the birthday records. So first up, this was a gift from Christmas that I haven't shown yet, and this is Santana 3. This is from my girlfriend. This is their third, well, it's actually just self-titled Santana, but it's their third album. It's also known as Man with Outstretched Arm. This is like, typical Santana stuff, jazz rock, Latin fusion, a little bit of psychedelic as well. This is an album that, like, it wasn't really on my radar before this, but I'm really enjoying it. So this was a really nice find. And I think this is the last Santana album that had the original, like, Woodstock original lineup. Yeah, this is a very, very nice find or nice gift, I should say, from my girlfriend. I also, for Christmas, got this Lynyrd Skynyrd's second album, Second Helping. This is a good album as well. It opens with Sweet Home Alabama, which everybody knows. It's also got some other good sort of hits on here as well. Working for the MCA, Swamp Music, Call Me the Breeze, and then also one of my favorite Skynyrd songs is the Ballad of Curtis Lowe. Really nice, softer ballad from these guys that tells a nice little story about this man, Curtis Lowe. So if you don't know that one, check it out. But this is a really nice find as well. Yeah, perfect little gift there. And then this next one, this was a thrift store find that I found towards the end of last year, and I haven't shown yet. This is The Great Fatsby, Leslie West. So Leslie West right here, he's the guitarist and vocalist of the band Mountain, blues rock, hard rock band Mountain. You'll know like Mississippi Queen from them. I have their greatest hits, which I really enjoy, and I saw this one at the thrift store for $1. It's in good condition. It's actually, it's in the shrink, so it's in quite good condition. And this is a nice, like, just like a blues rock, nothing too earth-shattering on here, but there is actually Mick Jagger plays rhythm guitar on one of the songs here, and then which is also co-written by Jagger and Keith Richards, as well as Leslie West. And there's a cover of House of the Rising Sun as well on here, which is pretty nice. So this was a nice little thrift store find. And then the next one, this is also a thrift store find. This one kind of, I almost flipped past it, and then I looked at it a little bit closer and I was like, oh, this could be good. I haven't listened to it yet because it's a bit too dirty. I have to clean it up first. But this is Guitar Speak. This is volume, so this is number 8. No Speak, number 8. So Guitar Speak is a series of albums that were put out with no vocals at all, just guitar completely doing all the speaking. And this has got a good collection of some good guitarists on it. So Alvin Lee from 10 Years After, Randy California from the band Spirit, Eric Johnson, Leslie West, who I just showed from Mountain, is on here, Steve Howe from Yes, Rick Derringer, Phil Manzanera, who else? There's various others, as well as Robbie Krieger from The Doors. So this will be a cool listen. And then what I also like is that you can see pictures of all the guys on here, and it also tells you exactly what guitar each guy is playing on every song. So I think this one's really interesting. And a good example of an album that, like, if I saw it in the record store, never would have bought it, but for 50 cents at the thrift store, yeah, I'll give it a try. Okay, this next one, I found this at the pawn shop. My friend Terry, who's friend of this channel, subscriber, Terry told me about this. It's it's an album that he really likes. He saw it at the thrift store. He lives near me, and or he saw it at the pawn shop, and I wanted to check it out. This is triumvirate German. This is German prog rock, also known as krautrock. I do enjoy krautrock, and this is, I think, Triumvirate's third album. They started off as a trio, and then they lost a member their last album, and they brought in 2 extra guys. So there's actually 4 people playing on this. I haven't listened to this one yet as well, but I just took the recommendation from my friend Terry, and it sounds like something that I would really like. So I have to clean it up before I listen to it. It's also just a little bit too dirty, but yeah, really nice to find this one and give this one a spin. Okay, next, now we're getting into the birthday finds here, and this first one, if you're a fan of the channel and you've watched for a little while, you might be surprised that I'm showing something like this because it's a little bit out of my wheelhouse, but this is Beastie Boys, Check Your Head. This is from 1992. I like the Beastie Boys, but I mostly kind of know their radio hits. Fight for Your Right, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, that sort of thing. I was less familiar with this album. The only song on here that I really knew was So What You Want, which is pretty nice. But this album really surprised me. I really enjoyed it. A really good fusion of like hip hop and rock as well. All of the Beastie Boys play instruments on this, guitar, bass, and drums, and a really nice album to kind of expand my horizons a little bit, add a little bit more diverse genres. So a big thank you to my sister Kelly and her husband Colin for this one. I'm quite enjoying it. And then next up, my other sister Heather and her husband Robbie, they gifted me with Black Sabbath Paranoid. So this is from 1970. This is their second album. The album was originally titled War Pigs, but as a kind of response or a statement about Vietnam. But I think their label gave them a little bit of resistance to that, so they changed the title to Paranoid, but they didn't change the picture, the album artwork. So you've got this guy with his saber, and he's got his helmet and his shield, and he's out in like the wilderness, and he's ready for war, I guess. And so this album was famous for, back in the 70s, there was a nurse who was found dead in her apartment. She had taken her own life, and this album was spinning on the turntable when they found her. And so there was a big inquiry about like the lyrics and the messages, and that this was satanic, and it was making people to be depressed and wanting to kill themselves. And an interesting bit of tidbit for that one. And so this one too, it says, so it's like 50th anniversary, seminal second album from the Godfathers of heavy metal, 50th anniversary, including legendary cuts Paranoid, War Pigs, and Iron Man. That's what the hype sticker says. And so, okay, this was released in 1970, so 50th anniversary, you'd think it's a 2020 pressing, but it's actually a 2015 pressing. So it makes me think that maybe the distributors just slapped this hype sticker, like created the hype sticker and put it on this 2015 reissue and is selling it as 50th anniversary. It doesn't really matter to me either way. I'm happy to have it. It sounds great, and obviously, like, I'm familiar with the songs I mentioned, Paranoid, War Pigs, Iron Man, but this is just a solid album from start to finish. It's got the really nice Vertigo label on here, which is really cool. And there's some great tracks on here too that like you just don't hear on the radio. Like Planet Caravan is amazing, a really slow song, softer song. Electric Funeral, Hand of Doom, really good. And stuff that, like, it's amazing like how many there's just songs that, when you kind of listen to like classic rock radio, there's songs that you just hear over and over and over again, and yet there's great songs on an album like this that you just don't ever hear on the radio. So it's a little bit frustrating, but really nice to add this one to the collection. And then when I was home, back home to see my family for my birthday, we were driving back up north here, and I had some birthday money and drove past the flea market, and I said to my girlfriend, let's just stop in. I can check out a couple booths and see if I can spend some of this birthday money. And I did find this nice pressing of Bob Dylan Highway 61 Revisited. So this is Dylan's, I think, 6th album from 1965. It is considered one of his best ones. Like, it's usually in like top 3. This is the album that Bob went like fully electric on, and you know, there's that story of like him at the I think it's like, you know, Newport Folk Festival or something, and he gets booed because he's playing electric guitar. And so the album before this, Bringing It All Back Home, was a little bit with a bit of electric guitar, and this one is sort of full. It starts with Like a Rolling Stone. You've also obviously got the title track, Highway 61 Revisited. There's a really good Desolation Row on here as well. And so Highway 61 is the highway that runs from the Canada-US border, I think in Minnesota, all the way down to like the south, or like the mid-south of the USA. And it's very influential because a lot of blues artists came from Highway 61. They all grew up in like towns that were cities that were close to Highway 61. So this is sort of a statement from Dylan about maybe kind of getting a bit more bluesy in his albums. And this one kind of it surprised me a little bit, just in the fact that, so I saw it at the flea market, and I saw this old Columbia label, and so I thought, oh, this might be like an early pressing. It's in really good condition. It's like VG plus all around. At least this cover is really, really nice. And so the way it was priced, I was thinking, well, it can't be an original, but it had this old label, and so and it's mono, you know, and so I brought it home and put it into Discogs and found out that it's actually a 2001 remaster, reissue, which is fine. I mean, I don't care enough to, you know, I don't need to have all originals in my collection. As long as it sounds good and it's a good pressing, that's fine. But it did fool me, so that was a bit funny, a bit humorous. But anyways, those are my recent finds, some birthday finds, some thrift store finds in there, and some old Christmas finds. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did enjoy the video, consider giving it a like, consider subscribing for more content, and whatever you do, make sure you come right back here where stylus meets vinyl. Thanks everybody, see ya!